no settling down. My text go, you scream, you know better than that. I come around when you least expect me. I'm sitting at the bar when your glass is empty. You thinking that the song's coming on.
What's going on, Clan fam? Back at it again with some more NBA 2K19 MyGM mode. And in the last video, we found out some good news. Hassan Whiteside might not be protected during the expansion draft, which that would be huge for our team. Another thing is, Andrew Sanderson is still a dickbag. All right, here we go. Hassan Whiteside, what a funny coincidence running into you like this. I was just talking about you with my staff. Sure, okay. Okay, what kind of reply is that? Don't be an ass. How's it going? You doing all right? Yep. Okay, do you have a minute? I'm not trying to be mean, man, but I'm not sure we should be talking like this. Isn't this tampering? Oh, no, definitely not. I talked to your coaches and got permission to talk to you. I would never sneak around like that. I just wanted to, you know, take your temperature on what you thought about expansion. If that sort of opportunity was something you might look forward to under the right circumstances. I hear what you're saying and all, but I gotta look out for myself, man. My coaches didn't say anything about this to me. I really don't think we should be doing this. I wouldn't lie to you. That's probably true. I'm just not into it, man. You're not into it? Nah, not really. Alright, well, I guess I won't take any more of your time. You have a good one, man. Sorry to bother you. It is what it is, man. I don't like his attitude. We don't want him. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hello? Gabe, how's it hanging? It's hanging low, Andrew, like it always does, if you know what I'm saying. Nice powder blue suit. Where'd you get that from? Dollar store? I'm alright. How are you doing, Andrew? Me? I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thanks so much for asking, Gabe. Oh, you're a kiss ass. So what's up? Are you going to ask why I'm feeling so good? Alright, I'll play along. What's got you so bright and chipper, Andy? Andy. Funny you should ask. I guess it's not that big of a deal, but, well, actually, who am I kidding? It's actually a really big honking deal. You see, I just got off the phone with Hassan's people, and we've come to a bit of an understanding? And what's that? He'll be playing with us next year. This mother... That might not be up to you, Andrew. Last I checked, they haven't decided draft order yet. What if I scoop him up with the first pick? That could technically happen. You're not mistaken there, but I sure wouldn't want to be the guy that drafts a disgruntled Hassan Whiteside. That could create some real problems for you, Gabe. By the way, that reminds me, did you happen to run into Hassan the other day? I'm pretty sure you know I did. And did he seem like a guy excited about joining the Aces? I think you know the answer to that one too. I think you're right. And I think you know what a mistake it would be if you selected someone with the first overall pick who has expressed his displeasure with the idea of joining your organization through sources close to the situation. How would you sell that one to your fans, Gabe? I think it might get a little hard for you to justify taking someone who's leaked to the press that he doesn't want to be there, but hey, what do I know? I was only an assistant GM last year. You're the old pro, right? Oh, this guy is such a freaking scumbag. Who says I want Hassan anyway? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a little bird told me. Maybe I've just got a sixth sense for this kind of thing. Something tells me my intuition's spot on here, though. It's too bad, really. If we were on better terms, I probably could have done something to help him have a more favorable opinion of your franchise, but I just don't see how that benefits me in the current environment. Oh, I'm going to kill this guy. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to find him. I'm going to kill him. Sounds like you're pretty satisfied with yourself, so I'm going to let you go enjoy the rest of your day being the wonderful person that you are, Andrew. You have a good one, all right? That does sound pretty good, doesn't it? You have a wonderful day too, Gabe. I really hope I didn't ruin it, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. Old friends have to look out for each other, you know? Oh, dude, if Hassan's on the board, I'm taking him. You got a minute, Tex? I want to run something by you. What's on your mind, son? The Sanderson kid. I've had a couple conversations with him lately where it seems like he knows everything that's going on with us. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but it almost feels like he's listening in on our conversation somehow. Look around the room for microphones. I don't know. I'm just not sure I trust the guy. You're close to Bob, Tex. You think there's any fire there? I got a couple of thoughts on the Andrew Sandersons of the world. I'd love to hear them. First of all, let me say this. Where I come from in the business world, people like Andrew are as common as watermelon at a watering hole on the 4th of July. Ain't nothing special about Andy Sanderson, neither positive nor negative, depending on your vantage point. Is he a little squirrely? I'm right sure he is, but the fact of the matter is, squirrels got nuts. Okay? And if you want to get you some nuts, you got to deal with squirrels. You follow what I'm saying here, Gabe? I think so, but could you tone down the Texas a little bit? Just so I know we're on the same page. What I'm trying to say is that if you stop doing business with people you couldn't trust, well, you wouldn't do any business at all. What you have to do is look out for yourself with particular vigor. Trust nobody, and don't let down your guard or the vipers will strike. It ain't even worth it to get angry at them for it. It's in their nature. It's what they do. But you'd be a fool if you keep an eye out for Sanderson. If you didn't keep an eye out for Sanderson, too, if possible. You don't think I'm paranoid? I'm a big believer in the everything is in moderation mindset. A little dose of paranoia here and there can be a healthy thing provided it's deployed judiciously. Speak with your words. Now, one other thing I can tell you about Andrew Sanderson is that I share your exact concerns in that department. I had a talk with Bob on the back nine of Sawgrass just the other day about it. And what'd he say? Bob's my friend, but he's a businessman through and through, and a cagey one at that. He said in no uncertain terms that as much as he'd like to help me out, he's letting the boy run things how he sees fit. Says it's part of his growth process. Even if he don't agree with him 100%, he's giving him the leeway to make his own decisions. That's not very comforting. The world ain't a comforting place, Gabe. The sooner you recognize that, the sooner you can figure out a way to navigate the jungle and its various antagonists. And one last thing about Bob. Much as he is my friend, he sees this business as a zero-sum game. Right or wrong, he's going to act accordingly. Which in this instance means putting his family and his interests first. If you and I get hurt in the process, well, we knew the rules of the game before we started to roll the dice now, didn't we? I've got to get a handle on this thing. I reckon you will, Gabe. You use that healthy dose of paranoia I was just talking about. Couple it with a fastidious... Oh, speak with your... I can't even freaking talk. Attention to detail, and I think you'll find yourself in the control of your environment to a satisfactory degree. Thanks for confirming I'm not losing my mind at least. I was starting to think it was all in my head. I can assure you that it is all too real, but I trust you to get to the bottom of whatever's going on here, tomfoolery or no. My thing is, I think someone's leaking all this information, or he has like a microphone in Tex's office. Appreciate that, Tex. I'm going to get to work on this, see if I can suss anything out. Sounds like a right fine idea. I'm about to go off. I'm going to need you guys to start handing in your notes on these draft prospects soon. I want to get everything in order so we can systematically take a look at everyone on our board. It's going to be especially important once we get past the first couple of picks. The smallest details might make the difference between picking someone with untapped potential and someone who will be out of the league in 2 years. Which reminds me, I want you guys to be brutally honest. You're not doing us any favors by being a nice guy. Nice about a guy. If you spot a problem, I don't care what it is, put it in there. Flawed shooting mechanics, selfish play, low defensive IQ, character concerns. I want as much information as possible before making a decision on these guys, and nothing's too small. You know, I'll bury you in data if you ask, Gabe. Say no more. That's what I'm counting on, Chaz, but that message is mostly for the rest of these guys. I've seen your work. I know you don't hold back. Honesty is great and all, but have you seen some of the stuff that Tad has written about these guys, Gabe? I've been trying to tell him that I'm all for telling the truth, but I don't think it hurts to, use a little tact once in a while. These are real human beings with thoughts and feelings and emotions, and I've got to deal with them when they're upset. I hear what you're saying, Daryl, but I've got to respectfully disagree. As long as you're not calling them by names, calling them names like some sort of schoolyard bully, I don't have a problem with negative. I only have a problem with lack of honesty. Give me your thoughts, and if they're bad, they're bad. It is what it is. It's not like anyone is going to see these outside of this room anyways. Or are they? Andrew Sanderson digging through our trash at the end of the night. I sure hope not. I have a feeling it's Tad. You got to think. Tad wasn't here the other day because he had a family issue that he didn't tell me about. Now he's saying, I sure hope not. I'm sure hope not. I sure hope not that no one sees what we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? I've read Tad's reports, Daryl. They're fine. I appreciate his clarity of thought, to be perfectly honest with you. You're the boss. Just wanted to voice my opinion is all. I appreciate that, Daryl. I don't want you to be a yes man. I don't want you to be yes man. I want you to challenge me when you think I'm wrong, because I'm going to be wrong sometimes. That's very graceful of you, Gabe. Hey, I know I might look like a flawless Adonis, but I'm only human. Oh my. You guys hearing this, man? An Adonis? That's exactly what I'm talking about, Daryl. Maybe I'm not an Adonis, and if I'm not, it's probably a good thing that you're calling me out. Glad you see it my way. Like I said, I don't need to be bright all the time. What I do need is for all of us as a unit to reach the right decision as much as we possibly can. If it's my idea or anyone else's at first, that's not important to me. It's only the end result that matters. It's only our success as a team that matters. That's very well grounded. Well, that's a very well grounded philosophy, Gabe. One that should bring you respect and success. Appreciate that, Bruce. But back to those reports. I want them ASAP. Send me whatever you've got in the next few days. I'll put it all into a document and we'll go over it next week together. Holy cow, we're still not at the draft. Roll on over here, Gabe. I got a matter of great importance to discuss with you. What's up, Tex? Well, I've been thinking some more, and I'm starting to think that we should get ourselves another one of them first-round draft pick that everyone's been talking so much about. From what I can gather, that's a premium grade-A asset in this here industry, and I'd like to get us our hands on as many of them as we can. Why, that's a great idea, Tex. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. Not like I hadn't thought about it before. You think so? Absolutely. I'll definitely keep that in mind as we head into the season. No stone unturned, sir. You can count on me. That's mighty fine of you, son. Much appreciated. What is this next day? I'm sure I don't need to tell you that there's been quite a lot of hoopla surrounding this here expansion draft. Yeah, can we get to it, Tex? Can we not have a meeting every goddamn day? It'll be hard to miss it, Tex. Indeed it would be, Gabe. Indeed it would, Gabe. Things have gotten to such a fever pitch that the fellas down at league headquarters are fixing to capitalize on it and turn draft night into a real production. Make a whole big thing out of it. Beyond just televising it? That's right. The idea has been floated of playing in an exhibition game. Us against Bob and his boy. Winner take home first pick in the expansion draft. Ain't that something? What do you mean? With what teams? The trick of it is, you and Bob's boy each have to pick 5 players. Those 5 players play a match on the day of the draft. On the day of the draft? Do you have any idea how much more complicated that makes our prep? To not know going into it who's got the first pick? Oh, come on now. It can't be that much different, can it? Either way, you got that large board of yours. Big board. We call it a big board, Tex. Big board, crazy board, mega board. You call it whatever you want to call it, but either way, you got a ranking of your players. If you win, you take the first guy. If you lose, you take the second guy. Shoot, your first guy might even still be available. One never can tell. Frankly, I don't see what the big fuss is about. Besides, this figures to make us a pretty penny in advertising revenue. It'll be like the decision times 10. Oh, let's not go down that route. People hated the decision. Oh, I know, but I'm just saying from an ad revenue perspective. We'll be raking it in with the stunt. With this stunt. You haven't forgotten how important making money is. Oh, no, I haven't forgotten, Tex. Can't forget about how important money is. Think of it like a coin flip, only better. Ain't no way to influence a coin flip. No legal way, anyhow. But with this here game, you get to pick your own squad and coach them up however you like. From where I'm standing, if you're half as good as I know you are, this situation gives us a leg up on getting that first pick. Not only are we making money, but we've got a baked-in competitive advantage with that genius basketball noggin of yours. Why is there so many syllables? So many syllables. That's not a bad point, actually. Voice crack. That's the old Texas spirit. Saddle up, cowboy. We got a game to win. Got a phone call. I swear to God if it's Andrew. Oh, here we go. What's up, Andrew, you piece of shit? Not much. I was just looking over your positional rankings for the draft, and I thought maybe I'd pick your brain a little. That's some real interesting stuff in here. What? Excuse me? I can't say I agree with every ranking, but by and large, I think they're a fairly accurate assessment of the talent pool. I've got to commend you on a job well done picking out your staff. These guys know their stuff. That's a funny joke, Andrew. Who's joking? I'm looking at the PDFs right now. I've got them in the cloud for backup. You know, the ones I'm talking about. The file names all end in final in all caps. Alright, let's say you did get a hold of our positional rankings somehow. Why would you tell me about it? How does that benefit you? Me? I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you, Gabe. You got an awfully leaky ship over there. Water pouring in from all over the place. The good news is I want to help you out. I can't wait to hear this. I'm serious. Look, you and I both know that however I'm doing it, I'm getting your information. You can either ignore that or you can work with me to ensure the best outcome for both of us. So what do you propose we do, you piece of shit? What I've always proposed, show me your list, the whole list. I know this probably stings a little, but look at it pragmatically. We're not even in the same conference. We're barely rivals. The only thing linking us together is being in similar situations. Why not collaborate and ensure that we're as balanced as possible? Try to think about this objectively. You can either keep handing over your information to me and do nothing about it, or you can work with me and salvage as much as you can out of this whole ordeal. Sorry, I've just had a little food before I called you. Seems pretty obvious what you should do when you look at it that way. Fuck you! Yeah, I'm good on that. And look, Andrew, don't rely too heavily on that list, okay? Who knows where it came from? Could be some real bad intel in there. I could have sent somebody over there to give you that information. It could have been a freaking a bad person. Suit yourself, but don't say I never tried to help you out. Oh, you're gonna threaten me? You're gonna threaten me, you piece of crap? A leak, huh? That's what he says. You reckon we got a snake in the grass? How much water does this leak business hold? I need to fire someone right fucking now. Right now! Or should we hold a trial? Let's hold a trial. Let's be, I know who it is. It's gotta be Tad. He's a Tad piece of crap. I don't know. I do think there's a problem, unfortunately. How you fixing to smoke them out? I gotta get these guys in a room and talk to them. You think you'll be able to ascertain who's fibbing? Or is that ascertain? I don't freaking know. God, you gotta be a freaking English professor to read half of this stuff. I've got to at least try. The only thing I don't want is to accuse anyone of anything without being absolutely sure. All I can do here is be transparent in how I go about things. It's hard for me to believe there's not a leak after talking to Andrew, so I'll be honest with the guys, tell them what's going on, and see if I can get to the bottom of it. There's too much at stake not to dig in here. I support you in whatever you decide to do, Gabe. Just let me know what you need from me and I'll make it happen. I appreciate that, Tex. Would you like me to sit in on this interrogation with you? I could act as an impartial observer and second set of eyes and ears. I think that's a good idea, actually. You might pick up on stuff I miss, and I think it would help impress upon these guys the severity of this situation. I sure hope that it would. I should hope that it would. Alright, I'll set up the meeting and send you an invite. Is your calendar up to date? If it's not, then my personal assistant can kiss his Christmas bonus goodbye, I'll tell you that much. Alright, you'll hear from me soon. This is getting intense, not gonna lie. We got a snake in the grass. Alright, well, I'm sure you're all wondering why you're here. It's never a good sign when you get a group meeting invite without a subject or agenda, Gabe. Normally I wouldn't want to speak for the group, but I think it's fair to say you've got us all a little bit on edge here. Oh, he definitely speaks for me. What do you think you're doing giving us a scare like this, Gabe? I know you're not about to lay off a bunch of dudes you just hired. Well, hell, I might, Daryl. I need to talk to you all about something that's highly confidential. Not a word of what I'm about to say can leave this room. Is everything all right, boss? Are we understood? Not a word of this to anybody. Of course. Absolutely. Would you spit it out already? Notice how Tad didn't say a damn word. I'm not ready to divulge how I've come to know this, but I have a reason to believe there's a leak, and based on the information that I have, has to be someone in this room. A leak? What kind of leak? Some of our intelligence has gotten into the hands of the competition. Are you sure? Well, that's partially why we're here today, so I can get to the bottom of this, but all the evidence suggests that someone in this room has been selling information to a rival. Would you be so kind as to permit me a moment, Gabe? Sure, Tex, go ahead. Now, I appreciate that this may be very difficult for y'all, but there's one thing I can't stand, it's a snake in the grass. I like grass. It's soft. It feels good to lie down in. I like the way it looks in a well-groomed front yard, surrounded by a white picket fence. The last thing on earth I want in my grass is some scaly son of a gun sneaking up on me and biting me in the ankle. Not only is it bad for business, but it sticks in my craw something fierce, on a personal level. I'm especially disappointed because I know that Gabe here is mighty proud of each and every one of you. He handpicked the whole lot of you when he could have gone and hired anyone in the whole wide world. I give him unlimited resources, and he focused in on y'all in particular as the people who he needed to help him get where he needs to go, where we all need to go. You understand what a privilege that is? Yes, sir, I absolutely do. Tad hasn't said a damn word. Now, seeing as this is an especially vexing situation for myself, and a right true sad one for Gabe, I would appreciate it if you give us your full cooperation as we talk this here mess out and try to get to the bottom of what's going on. Thanks, Tex. Look, guys, I know for all but one of you this isn't fair. I apologize in advance if things get a little heated, but please understand that I'm only trying to figure out the truth so I can protect the work we've been putting in here and we've been doing. You guys have worked your tails off getting our pre-draft scouting reports together, and I can't just sit here and let all that hard work go to waste. If this report gets into the hands of the Andrew Sandersons of the world, well, I don't think I need to tell you what a massive problem that would be for us. So as much as this pains me, I've got to ask you guys some questions. In front of everyone, what kind of kangaroo court is this? Oh, getting kind of defensive there, aren't you, Daryl? Getting kind of defensive. I'm sorry, but we need to get to the bottom of this together. If I have to fire someone, the rest of the staff deserves to know why. I'd like to talk to Tad. What to ask Tad? If you had to take a guess at who you thought did it, who would you say? I don't really feel comfortable doing that, Gabe. Just a guess. Do I have to? Alright, how about this? Can you kind of walk me through what your thought process would be if you were in my shoes? I guess I would think first of all if there was anyone who was a little off around here, someone who I might not fully trust. Anyone on this team fit that description? Not that I know it for sure, no, but something about Bruce has always seemed a little off to me. I don't know. Something about that corporate hippie type. I don't even like hippies, but pick one or the other, you know? How can I trust what you say if you meditate and drive a Maserati? But maybe that's just me. What to ask Tad? Thanks, Tad. I know it's you. I think I found some evidence pointing towards the leak. I think I have all I need. I need to present evidence against who I think the leak is. Then I can decide if I should fire someone or not. I'll lose trust with the staffer every time I accuse them, but I'm hoping the leak might slip up if I put pressure on. Now I think I've got evidence against Tad. The evidence is he missed big meetings. You missed a couple of big meetings. What were you doing that was so important? I already told you I had plans made from last year when we were holding that discussion. From last year? You had plans a year in advance. Come on, my guy. We've spoken a dozen times before and since. Why does that one meeting matter so much? I'm accusing Tad. I don't give a shit. After hearing everything, I think the leak is Tad. I'm sorry, Tad, but from where I sit, I can't help but think it was you. Why don't you let old Tad here speak up in his defense? That is, if he sees fit to. I can't object to that. Tad, do you have anything to say in your defense? All due respect, Gabe, but I don't see how you could possibly be confident enough to put this thing on me. Yeah, I'm ambitious, but that doesn't make me a backstabber. Everybody in this room is ambitious, including yourself. The only thing I'm guilty of is giving you 100% of myself day in and day out. No excuses. I'm not built to be some sort of wheeler and dealer. I'm a high motor guy. At the end of the day, I'm just not your guy. I hope you find him, I really do, but it's not me. This is it. If I found a hole in his story, I'm ready to out him as the leak and fire him. Otherwise, I can accuse someone else. I'm sorry, Tad, but this is it. Hey, look, you're making a mistake, but that's okay. I think we're both on the same team, and you didn't plug the leak. Hopefully things go well for me from here on out. You're being awfully nice about this, Tad. I love this franchise, and I want to be here. I think you're doing what you feel you have to do, and I respect that. Same as how I feel confident that you can't find someone better than me. I'm going to treat this as a vacation, and once you know that you made a mistake, call me up. No hard feelings, okay? Sure, Tad. I guess if that happens, I'll let you know. Alright, we got Trent Peterson in here. It's too bad this comes on the heels of such a painful firing, but I've got a copy of our compiled scouting reports for you guys to take a look at. I know we're all a little shocked by recent events, but I want you to take a moment and congratulate yourselves for the work you put into making these as great as they were. I'm proud of you guys, and you deserve recognition. I'm not just trying to cheer you up either. Each and every one of you played a huge role in the creation of these reports, and I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for this organization. Now it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Guard these with your lives. There is some extremely honest and extremely direct commentary in these reports, especially in TAD sections, and it would be a massive problem if anyone were to publicize our thoughts on some of these guys. I'm serious, this isn't some PR nonsense. If anyone gets a hold of these reports, you can kiss free agency goodbye. If we don't get free agents, that means I get fired. If I'm fired, in all likelihood, you're fired too. Is that supposed to be a pep talk? Are you seriously going to give me an attitude after what we just went through? Like I said, I'm proud of you guys. I mean that. Just don't let these reports get out of your sight, not even for a second. I want you triple checking for them every time you bring them somewhere. Better yet, don't bring them anywhere. Lock them in a vault and only take them out to read them. We understood? Alright guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully, I didn't really do any the trial. I had it in mind who I thought it was. I didn't ask any questions. I knew it was Tad. If it wasn't Tad, then I'm screwed. Anyways, and I have $1 freaking... Oh, why am I wearing the suit? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see you on another time. Peace.
You fucker!